Hello, welcome back. I got a break. I was watching the early Danish evening news. It's 7 p.m. I made a note. We have 4-part videos. And I got only to page 8. And I think we have power for like 1 hour more. So, but let's continue. I have to continue tomorrow. Because I don't think we can do it finish. I still like to read a lot about Japan. I have all these pages there. I have 10 pages with Japan. I have all the PDF documents I have on my computer. I just need some time to do it, and now my old camcorder is not working. My old Canon camcorder, because the charger will not be inside. Maybe I have its brake is broken somehow. I cannot, when I put the charger inside, it fall out. So I cannot use this. And this old camcorder is not very good. That's just buy like $60-70. I buy it second hand as spare camcorders. Some old Sony CX220E. I got it cheap second hand. So I buy this too. So I have with my camcorder, because I have this problem with my money, my debts. So all my camcorders will break down. I always have something I can record. Like this camcorder is damaged. This camcorder is 4 years old. This one is 4 years old. So actually I only have three camcorders. This one and this one is not very good. But I got a new cell phone. There with a camcorder. But I don't know how to transfer the video to my laptop. But I'm not going to look at that today. I like to try and finish this. And I did sleep like 4 a.m. in the night. This night, so actually I'm a little bit tired. Because I only sleep like 4 hours. Less 5 hours. So let's continue. Let's start from the top again. Then I have to continue tomorrow.
Largest cities or towns in Japan 2015 census. Rank name prefecture pop. Rank name prefecture pop. 1 Tokyo 9,272,74011 Hiroshima 1,194,03442 Yokohama Kanagawa 3,724,84412 Sendai Magi 1,082,1593 Asaka 2,691,18513 Chiba 971,8824 Nagoya Aichi 2,295,63814 Kitakyushu Fukuoka 961,2865 Sapporo Hokkaido 1,952,35615 Sekai 839,3106 Fukuoka 1,538,68116 Nagate 8101577 Kobelgo 1537,27217 Hamamatsu Shitsuoka 797,9808 Kawasaki Kanagawa 1,475,21318 Kumamoto 740,8229 Kyoto 1 475,18319 Sagamihara Kanagawa 720,78010 Saitama 1,263,97920 Okayama 719,474 Religion. The Torato of Itsukushima Shinto Shrine near Hiroshima, Japan's constitution guarantees full religious freedom. 237. Upper estimates suggest that 94-96% of the Japanese population subscribe to Shinto as its indigenous religion. 238. However, these estimates are based on people affiliated with a temple, rather than the number of true believers. Many Japanese people practice both Shinto and Buddhism. They can either identify with both religions or describe themselves as non-religious or spiritual. 239. The level of participation in religious ceremonies as a cultural tradition remains high, especially during festivals and occasions such as the first shrine visit of the New Year. 240. Taoism and Confucianism from China have also influenced Japanese beliefs and customs. 241. Christianity was first introduced into Japan by Jesuit missions, starting in 1549. Today, 1%, 242 to 1.5% of the population are Christians. 243. Throughout the latest century, Western customs originally related to Christianity, including Western-style weddings, Valentine's Day and Christmas, have become popular as secular customs among many Japanese. 244. About 90% of those practicing Islam in Japan are foreign-born migrants as of 2016. 245. As of 2018 there were an estimated 105 mosques and 200,000 Muslims in Japan, 43,000 of which were Japanese nationals. 246. Other minority religions include Hinduism, Judaism, and Baha'i faith, as well as the animist beliefs of the Ainu. 247. Languages. Kanji and hiragana signs. The Japanese language is Japan's de facto national language and the primary language of most people in the country. 248. Japanese writing uses kanji, Chinese characters, and two sets of kana, syllabaries based on cursive script and radicals used by kanji, as well as the Latin alphabet and Arabic numerals. 249. English has taken a major role in Japan as a business and international link language. As a result, the prevalence of English in the educational system has increased, with English classes becoming mandatory at all levels of the Japanese school system by 2020. 248. Japanese Sign Language is the primary sign language used in Japan and has gained some official recognition, but its usage has been historically hindered by discriminatory policies and a lack of educational support. 248. Besides Japanese, the Ryukyuan languages, Amami, Kunigami, Okinawan, Miyako, Yayama, Yonaguni, part of the Japonic language family, are spoken in the Ryukyu Islands chain. 250. Few children learn these languages. 251. But local governments have sought to increase awareness of the traditional languages. 252. The Ainu language, which is a language isolate, is moribund, with only a few native speakers remaining as of 2014. 253. Additionally, a number of other languages are taught and used by ethnic minorities, immigrant communities, and a growing number of foreign language students, such as Korean, including a distinct Zainichi Korean dialect, Chinese and Portuguese. 248. Education. Students celebrating after the announcement of the results of the entrance examinations to the University of Tokyo since the 1947 Fundamental Law of Education, Compulsory education in Japan comprises elementary and junior high school, which together last for 9 years. 254. Almost all children continue their education at a 3-year senior high school. 255. The two top-ranking universities in Japan are the University of Tokyo and Kyoto University. 256. Starting in April 2016, various schools began the academic year with elementary school and junior high school integrated into one 9-year compulsory schooling program. Next plans for this approach to be adopted nationwide. 257. The Program for International Student Assessment, PISA, coordinated by the OECD, ranks the knowledge and skills of Japanese 15-year-olds as the third best in the world. 258. Japan is one of the top-performing OECD countries in reading literacy, math and sciences, with the average student scoring 520 and has one of the world's highest educated labor forces among OECD countries. 259. 258. 260. It spent roughly 3.1% of its total GDP on education as of 2018. 261. Below the OECD average of 4.9%. 262. In 2021, the country ranked third for the percentage of 25 to 64-year-olds that have attained tertiary education with 55.6%. 263. Approximately 65% of Japanese aged 25 to 34 have some form of tertiary education qualification, and bachelor's degrees are held by 34.2% of Japanese aged 25 to 64, the second most in the OECD. After South Korea. 263. In 2020, the share of women among tertiary programs graduates was 51.8%. 263. Health. Health care in Japan is provided by national and local governments. Payment for personal medical services is offered through a universal health insurance system that provides relative equality of access, with fees set by a government committee. People without insurance through employers can participate in a national health insurance program administered by local governments. 264. Since 1973, all elderly persons have been covered by government-sponsored insurance. 265. Japan spent 10.74% of its total GDP on healthcare in 2019. 266. In 2020, the overall life expectancy in Japan at birth was 84.62 years, 81.64 years for males and 87.74 years for females. The highest in the world winking sad smiley 267, while it had a very low infant mortality rate, 2 per 1,000 live births. 268. Since 1981, the principal cause of death in Japan is cancer, which accounted for 27% of the total deaths in 2018, followed by cardiovascular diseases, which led to 15% of the deaths. 269. Japan has one of the world's highest suicide rates, which is considered a major social issue. 270. Another significant public health issue is smoking among Japanese men. 271. However, Japan has the lowest rate of heart disease in the OECD, and the lowest level of dementia among developed countries. 272. Culture. Contemporary Japanese culture combines influences from Asia, Europe, and North America. 273. Traditional Japanese arts include crafts such as ceramics, textiles, lacquerware, swords and dolls, performances of bunraku, kabuki, no, dance, and rakugo, and other practices, the tea ceremony, ikebana, martial arts, calligraphy, origami, onsen, geisha and games. Japan has a developed system for the protection and promotion of both tangible and intangible cultural properties and national treasures. 274. 22 sites have been inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List, 18 of which are of cultural significance. 101. Japan is considered a cultural superpower. 275. 276. Art and architecture. Hokusai's 19th century ukiyo-e woodblock print The Great Wave of Kanagawa-Itsurin Garden, one of most famous strolling gardens in Japan. The history of Japanese painting exhibits synthesis and competition between native Japanese aesthetics and imported ideas. 277. The interaction between Japanese and European art has been significant. For example, ukiyo-e prints, which began to be exported in the 19th century in the movement known as Japanism, had a significant influence on the development of modern art in the West, most notably on post-impressionism. 277. Japanese architecture is a combination of local and other influences. It has traditionally been typified by wooden or mud plaster structures, elevated slightly off the ground, with tiled or thatched roofs. 278. The shrines of Ise have been celebrated as the prototype of Japanese architecture. 279. Traditional housing and many temple buildings see the use of tatami mats and sliding doors that break down the distinction between rooms and indoor and outdoor space. 280. Since the 19th century, Japan has incorporated much of Western modern architecture into construction and design. 281. It was not until after World War II that Japanese architects made an impression on the international scene, firstly with the work of architects like Ken's Tange and then with movements like metabolism. 282. Literature and philosophy. 12th century illustrated hand scroll of the Tale of Genji, a national treasure. The earliest works of Japanese literature include the Kojiki and Nihon Shoki Chronicles and the ManYsh Poetry Anthology, all from the 8th century and written in Chinese characters. 283. 284. In the early Heian period, the system of phonograms known as kana, hiragana and katakana, was developed. 285. The Tale of the Bamboo Cutter is considered the oldest extant Japanese narrative. 286. An account of court life is given in The Pillow Book by Seishnagan, while The Tale of Genji by Murasaki Shikabu is often described as the world's first novel. 287. 288. During the Edo period, the Knin townspeople overtook the samurai aristocracy as producers and consumers of literature. The popularity of the works of Saikaku, for example, reveals this change in readership and authorship, while Bash revivified the poetic tradition of the Kokinchi with his haiku, and wrote the poetic travelogue Oku no Hozamichi. 289. The Meiji era saw the decline of traditional literary forms as Japanese literature integrated Western influences. Natsume Seki and Morigai were significant novelists in the early 20th century, followed by Rinojuka Kitagawa, Junichi Tanizaki, Kaf Nagai and, more recently, Haruki Murakami and Kenji Nakigami. Japan has two Nobel Prize-winning authors, Yasunari Kawabata, 1968, and Kenzaburo Ie, 1994. 290. Japanese philosophy has historically been a fusion of both foreign, particularly Chinese and Western, and uniquely Japanese elements. In its literary forms, Japanese philosophy began about 14 centuries ago. Confucian ideals remain evident in the Japanese concept of society and the self, and in the organization of the government and the structure of society. 291. Buddhism has profoundly impacted Japanese psychology, metaphysics, and Aesthetics. 292. Performing arts. No performance at a Shinto shrine. Japanese music is eclectic and diverse. Many instruments, such as the koto, were introduced in the 9th and 10th centuries. The popular folk music, with the guitar like shamisen, dates from the 16th century.